Episode of Coffee with Carrie. I am Carrie Little, the designated managing broker of Caremark Realty Group. I am also the blogger on smartgirlmedia.com, where I'm more consistent, but I also have a YouTube channel where I share a 10-minute or less video every single week. And now I'm kind of talking about my first year in real estate. Everything's scheduled out to maybe almost the end of May in my spare time. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. So around page 92, all of the video tools or the apps you need to create reels. So around 92. So first of all, let me ask this question. What if, right? You had one shot. Sounds like a reel. Okay, I'm kidding. But what if, and some of you have heard me say this before, what if you had the socially savvy agent? Elizabeth is helping me rebuild it with video content, so I can make you do this. But what if, and we're going to make this a download, so you can still get the book or the workbook. But what if you created one reel a day? What if you created one TikTok a day? What if you created one reel a day that could be TikTok, YouTube shorts, because shorts are short videos, and you have Pinterest. You have placed yourself in 4 places, Kind of cool. And for those of you that are watching live, first of all, we need deals. So I'm going to show you how to find a deal in Remind today, 10:30 a.m., which is April 29th. If you're watching the replay, go to my YouTube channel. I'm sure I've got something there. So there you go. And it's in my link tree on Instagram, or it is on Facebook. I posted it in the Facebook feed because I'm streaming to Real Estate Live. So again, what if you did one reel a day? What if for a year? Well, let's say it like this. What if you decided you wanted to do one new thing? What if I know some Spanish? My brain doesn't think in Spanish, at least not yet, right? What if there was one thing you did consistently every single day? Or what if it was 5 days? What if for 1 year, what would that look like? I'm telling you, it has changed the game of technology for me. It's changed my audience for me. It has given me more engagement. More people know me nationally. Some people think, oh my gosh, there's Carrie. And I'm like, literally, if you see me in person, I'm Carrie. This is not reality TV. Although even though people are on reality TV, they are real people just like you. Come talk to me. So what if I practice Spanish every day? Yo necesito estar español. See, I have to think to translate. But what if I just went to someone's house and they just made me talk in Spanish? What if? Would that help me be more fluent? Probably. So my challenge for all of you today is I need to say to you, what if? It's just like I talked to about 200 new real estate agents yesterday, 207 to be exact. And the challenge for many new agents is sometimes they're not tech savvy. Sometimes they have a regular job. Sometimes they're dual career, sometimes part-time, or maybe they're full-time, and they didn't realize that we don't know what to do in real estate. So I challenge all of you to the what if and start today. And don't worry about being perfect. We have some jacked up reels out there, but guess what? Who cares? There's some that I hate, but guess what? If you're consistent, eventually someone is going to connect with you and they're going to hire you. All right, so here we go. So I'm going to tell you the apps pretty quickly. So get out your notebook, and maybe I have an assistant in the room today, right? Someone's going to write this down. First of all, to create reels, you really only need Instagram. Let me say it again. You only need Instagram. So write down, Instagram is probably one of the best tools you could use to create reels. Now, Facebook owns Instagram, so you can also create reels in Facebook. But Instagram's platform builds the reels. It's just easier. Now, I say that cautiously because some of you are like, nope. And so the agent that I was talking to yesterday at game night, she was like, Carrie, boy, whenever it doesn't matter if I'm in the room with you, I'm going to learn something new. But she's like, I just need to hire someone to do it. That's fine too. Hire someone to do it. So number 1, Instagram. Number 2, I'm going to say if you're going to build TikToks directly on TikTok. So that's 2. But if we were to go back to Reels, you can create all of your videos, your 60-second videos in Reels. And I want you to hear this. You can then take your reel, download it before you post it, and then re-upload it to TikTok. There you go. There you go. But those are the two best places to create your content. Now, let me back up. When I say it's easier to create the videos there, it is. But full disclosure, Mark, can you hand me that magazine, the new NAR magazine? Please.
Yeah.
Oh, go get it first, then come back. So if you have the ability to create video content on your iPhone first, or your Droid phone, or with a professional camera, it will change. If you had the ability to edit the content, it will change the game. They can't see you. Nobody can see you. Nobody can see you.
What do you mean?
Now they can see you. He was like doing like he was Vanna White and nobody could see him. It was funny. This magazine is quite thin this month. Do any of you actually read the NAR magazine? So Realtor Magazine. And some of you, shout out to Glenda Baker, right? Because I've been watching her on TikTok. But she's also on Instagram and she's on Clubhouse. So I opened the magazine and there's Glenda Baker. First of all, let's just say, if you do this consistently, somebody's going to interview you. And I'm not saying maybe I was interviewed for Realtor Magazine because of the videos. So coming soon to a magazine near you. So there is an article in here on page 23 called "How This Agent is Making 6 Figures on TikTok." Enough said. But I knew she had hired someone, because I'm calling my son Jonathan. I'm like, Jonathan, we need to make sure. And does anyone not have sound? Let somebody tell me, because I have sound. No one else is complaining. So if somebody tell me tell this person in the feed, if you don't have sound, come back in. All right. So how this agent made 6 figures on TikTok. I just need you to do one thing a day, one video a day. Now she clearly, because I called my son Jonathan, the one that has my tech, he has my professional camera, 35 millimeter. And I'm like, Jonathan, I'm showing him Glenda. I'm like, I don't have to be like Glenda, but I need you to bring my camera back so we can record. So I'm like, he's like, Mom, you could use the 35 millimeter. He said, but your iPhone, you have one of the best, although I don't have the 13, you can record. So here, let me tell all of you this. For those of you that still push the button on an iPhone, you need a new iPhone. I'm spending your money. Number 2, you got to upgrade. Yeah, you have to upgrade. So anyway, so here's the point is I did say Instagram and TikTok are the best places to create your content. But if you record it first, some of us, I have a filter, full disclosure, I have a filter on Instagram right now. But, you get up, get dressed, and when you read this, but you already knew, she's wearing like the theme is the same, and she tells it like it is. There you go. So if I were to say, if you were to do a reel once a day, figure out who you are, what you like, what are your hobbies? Have you been in real estate? If you're new in real estate, if I could get one of you to do this, tell us your journey. And if you're like, Carrie, but I don't want anyone to know I'm new, they're going to know you're new. They're going to know. You don't have to. Her name is Glenda Baker. Just go, and it's 2 N's, by the way. So just go search. Trust me, she'll come up. Instagram too. She's on Instagram. So either one you pick. So here's the point. Okay, here we go. I'll do it. Talking to me, I promise. Okay, I'm talking to you. If I could get you, if you're new and you're like, Carrie, I don't want people to know I'm new. Let me just give you a strategy before I tell you about some of the other editing tools you could use. My strategy would be, first of all, I just want to remind you, you cannot go videotape other agents' listings without permission. You cannot walk through houses. First of all, it's somebody else's house. Why would you want to do that? But could you go get the suction thing from TJ Maxx, put it in the window of your car? Do not drive and do this, because if you get into an accident, you're going to jail. Maybe, but you shouldn't drive and do this. But you could sit, it could be you know, I grab my Starbucks and it's coffee with Carrie every Wednesday, tips on real estate. So you could say, hey everyone, let me see, I think it's Danae, I think, but let's just go with, I see you. And you want to share the story of the day. Don't put your client on blast. Don't do that because you're in the process of doing the business. But you can say, let me tell you what I learned today. Today I learned my client asked me a question and I didn't know. And what I did was I said, you know what, that's a great question. You didn't say you didn't know. You said that's a great question. And so now you're going to say, let me get back to you. And then you went and did the research. You talked to your managing broker or the broker owner. You did the training. And then you went back and say, you know what, I got the answer. Here you go. And you can say what that felt like when you didn't know. And so go through the process. Again, you can talk about today. I talked to a new loan officer, and let me tell you, this loan officer told me this. I didn't know that with FHA, just because you only have to put down 3.5%. It doesn't mean you can't put down 20. Right. So as a new real estate agent, tell us your journey. Tell us your journey. Better yet, if you're a seasoned agent, tell us the funny stories, because I got some good ones. First, Mark, 2017, he was incompetent. His first deal was $850,000. His first listing. I'm not saying it closed at that, but he didn't know what he was doing. And we talk about it. If you could ever catch us on Facebook, you got to go back to Facebook a few days ago. It's comical. So first of all, read your realtor magazine, read your state magazine. If you have an association that sends the magazine, take it in the bathroom, read it, where you're stuck for a minute. Yeah, here we go. All right. So my 2, make sure you're using Reels and directly on TikTok. And if you want to get better quality video, your iPhone, the newer iPhones, and make sure, where is, I dropped it. Please clean your camera before you take a photo, and please clean your camera before you do video. That was me today. All right. So 3 ways: directly on Reels, directly on TikTok, create your video content here. And then you can also use a professional 35mm camera. And if I were to zoom in, she has a whole studio set up, and somebody is doing her content for her. Somebody's doing it for her. I told my son, I'm like, Jonathan, listen, I can get you paid. I just need you to finish. All right. So, and I told you how to repurpose. So here are some other ways you can create content. Now you can build this in iMovie if you own an iPhone. If you own an iPhone, you get iMovie, it's included. But if you don't own an iPhone and you have a Droid and you have a Mac, you can build it on a Mac. I'm going to tell you, I don't typically go that route, but I create video in iMovie for other things. My other one that you can create content in is Canva. So if you're taking notes rapidly, there you go. Because at the end of this, and I tell you the apps, I have up my 10-minute power session, or my 10-minute, what do I call these? 10-minute mastery. I've got your content matters on Reels. So I'm going to give you some tips. So Canva. So Instagram, TikTok, iMovie, Canva. You could also use Ripple, RIPL, because you can create vertical videos in Ripple. Great for listings, great for just sold. The other one you could do is you could use Story Swag. So you can create, it's a pre-created, you can have music, videos kind of, or your images just kind of slide in and out. Another one is, now you can use Splice. I don't use it. I'm going to tell you the ones I use consistently. You could use Splice. You could create graphics in Word Swag. Prepared to pay $5. You might have to pay monthly for Story Swag and Ripple, RIPL. So anyone want to type these in the feed for me? So Ripple, RIPL, Story Swag, STORYSWAG, Story Swag. Those are the 2 where you can create slideshow videos. There you go. The other one you can do is InShot. Thank you, Mompreneur. There you go. Thank you. One Unique Broker. Thank you. Story Swag. So InShot, like InShot, because InShot, you could actually do what she's doing in the magazine. I could, because this is what I think is happening. Because some of you know I used to edit television for a living. If you don't know, I used to edit television for a living. And in my spare time, right? I just need a really good assistant, right? That can learn what I know. So, what I know when we talk about video is if I were to interview Yolanda, so Yolanda Lowe, if I were to interview Yolanda and I know I need only 60 seconds. Now in TikTok, you can go a little bit longer. But if I asked Yolanda a question and I would say, Yolanda, what is the craziest thing that ever happened to you at a showing? And then she starts talking and I just let her talk. And I'm on the other end of the camera and I say, okay, if that's the craziest thing that happened, how did you handle it? And she gives me an answer. I asked her 2 questions. I probably got enough content for a 5-minute video. But what I do with that video is I throw it into InShot and I clip just the answers and you'll never hear me ask the question. So this is how a lot of times when you see great content on Instagram or TikTok, it's because someone clipped the video and they just put in the best spots. There you go. That's how television works. We edit everything because I promise you that last Spider-Man movie could have been 5 hours all day. It was long, but it could have been 5 hours because when producers produce, they try to get everything and then they take the best clips and they make a movie. That's the same thing with Reels and TikTok. Now, could you just straight out the gate, just go in and talk? You could. So Jonathan, some of you know this, he told me, Mom, your TikToks are boring. I was like, they are? I'm like, but I'm at 10,000. He was like, well, we know why. I said, okay, fine. So here's the point. I need you to start, but just know if you use InShot. And then one of the newest ones I learned about is called CapCut. CapCut. CapCut is like InShot. So let me tell you about InShot again. With InShot, you can do transitions. Have you ever seen a video or a slideshow, a PowerPoint or a movie, and then all of a sudden there's a transition and you feel like you're somewhere else? That's the same thing with InShot. But on CapCut, they had different transitions. So the cool thing about using InShot and CapCut and even iMovie, if you have an iPhone, you can make transitions and you can cut to different scenes. So here, let me say it like this. Oh, there's a guy I watch. Let me see if I can find him on Instagram. He's so funny. Like just watching Instagram is quite hysterical. So I'm going to go to my saved because this is what I do on Instagram. Here's a tip, and it's CapCut, CapCut. So if I see a reel that I really like, I will save it in my account so I can always go back and look at it just in case I want to use the audio again. Maybe I will try to do the dance as some of you have seen. You're like, who, Carrie? Let me help you. Oh, it's going to bug me. This guy, he's so funny. And some of you know, I think he's a real estate agent. He's not in Illinois for sure. Oh, it's going to bug me. Oh, I'll share one of his videos in my story later today, so you can see who he is. Now, let me say this. When you, this guy is funny. His name is BMO the Prince. BMO the Prince. Like he transitions. He's the same person, but he's playing different. He's pretending like he's 5 different people. So he's 5 different people, same person. What he's doing is he's creating the video and he's clipping and going to each one. Yeah, Daniel. Oh, thank you, Ebony. It's Daniel the Realtor. He's hysterical. Oh, I found him. Yep, it's Daniel the Realtor. Like, he's really funny because he did one when he was in the basement or in the crawl space, and you knew he was cutting. You knew he recorded the whole thing, and then he clipped it. It can be done. A lot of work, but it can be done. It might, some of you, it might take you an hour to create that video. So just know it might take you a minute. All right. So let me go back to the tools I use. So I said, first of all, Instagram, TikTok. I told you, let me give you the best ones. Instagram, TikTok, your mobile device for video. And then I'm recommending InShot or CapCut. If you don't ever want to be seen, you can create videos in Canva. Some of you saw my story. I was sitting in a chair, photographed by Nicey, and then I had, just video words that popped up. That was actually for Reels, and I built that in Canva. So easy is Ripple or Story Swag, but and it's Daniel. Yeah, see that's how it's Daniel the realtor. So InShot if you want to get really creative, or CapCut. Now my tech savvy people, you can use Adobe. Have fun with that. All right, so those are my favorite. And let me just remind you, if you create a video in Instagram, or if you create a video on your mobile device, you can upload it to Instagram Reels, let me go this way. Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and Pinterest. I gave you 5 places that you can repurpose the content. Do I always repurpose the same content everywhere? No. Sometimes I forget and I hit share before I download it. So if I create it in Reels and I forget to download it first, it has the logo on it. Now, there are apps you can use to get rid of the logos. All right. So now let's talk about creating content. Here we go. Grab your journal. We're around page 92. Here we go. So your content matters. So a reel is 60-second video clips. That's where most of you hang out on Instagram. TikTok can be longer. So I'll give you tips on what is good video, how do reel videos work, why do I need Reels, TikTok, and video, and then I'll give you tips on a short series on Reels. So Christy, I see that comment. Can you talk about how you add a link in Canva, then post it on IG? I spent hours trying to figure this out. Type that question at the bottom, because I will get off track. Let me say it like this. It can't be done. I'm not quite sure what you mean, but I'll give you tips on what I think you're trying to do. But when you post content, the link isn't active. So I'll come back to that. All right, so here we go. So let me just remind you, what is a reel? A reel is short, engaging videos that don't disappear unless you archive. You have the ability to collaborate with others when you create the 60-second video on Instagram. You have the ability to capture the attention of your audience and a new audience, because Instagram is pushing Reels like crazy. I get at least 10 followers a day. Now that's not a lot, but if I use a song or content that's trendy, I get more followers. And I'm telling you that one where I came flying in, sliding in, and you should have seen how many times I did that take. It was funny because I need to slide in from the right, and I was sliding in from the left, and it was hard. And I should have just moved the camera and did it a different way. Instagram pushes Reels in everyone's feed, whether they follow you or not, and not just Reels from those that follow you. So there we go. So what are you communicating to your customer? First of all, I want you to think about this. So if you're taking notes, you got your journal, right? We're around page 92. Maybe you're a little bit more around page 100, right? Because if you're taking notes like I think you should, and we're around page 92, because I told you I gave you some things to do, right? Always be learning. But if you're taking notes, you can't see it. I wrote with like a gray pen. You can see that I have notes in here. I've used this book so much, it's coming apart. CMAs. Yeah. So take notes. So I want to ask you this question. What's your brand story? What's your brand story? Do you have a brand story? Eventually you'll figure out the story. I just need you to post. Some of you, I need you to go back to your Instagram feeds and archive some stuff. The next one is are you solving someone's problem? Are you solving a problem, right? Did I solve all of your problems when I told you highest and best does not mean best offer? Did I tell you that an agent called me this week and said, hey, Carrie, I see your listing closed on Friday and my buyer is frustrated because they came in with the highest price. Now I'm just going to tell you my sarcasm is not good if you call me, but I was nice. And I said, well, thanks for calling. Ask me whatever you want. And the agent went on to say, well, my buyer wrote the highest offer. I said, how do you know your buyer wrote the highest offer? And I said, but wait. I said, let me just talk you through it. Just because you said your buyer wrote the highest offer, it doesn't mean it was best. And I went on to say, as is doesn't mean as is, because maybe there was a credit. Maybe there was a credit. And I have permission to share this with all of you from the seller because we had 15 offers. And in addition to that, my next question was, could your buyer go under contract on April 4th and close on April 22nd? Because that was the most important. Hey, Sarah, everyone needs to follow the where Sarah L, right? Or where in the world. There you go. Follow Sarah, president-elect for the Chicago Association of Realtors. And then you need a good call to action. So number one, I'm asking you, what is your brand story? Because you need one. If you don't have one right away, start creating content, be consistent. Go read the article in the magazine because Glenda with 2 N's has a brand story. First of all, everything she has has stars, I think, on it. There you go. Then I want to know, are you solving a problem? And even if you're not solving a problem, are you entertaining? Because Instagram likes entertainment. And then a good call to action. My next one is, what is a good video? What's a good video? Now, we know we are motivated by sight and sound. We're motivated by sight and sound. So when we think about short video, a good video is one that makes you stop and watch. Right now, the trend on Reels is like 5 seconds because you're guaranteed that someone's going to watch it, or even 3 seconds. So what can you do in 3 seconds or less? Because then they have to watch the full video, because when you're swiping, 3 seconds happens fast. There you go. This magazine is Realtor Magazine from the National Association of Realtors. It came in your mailbox. If you don't get this at home, some of you need to go to your NAR accounts if you're a Realtor member, and you need to update to get these at your home address. There you go. So a good video makes you stop and watch. So are you boring? Sometimes Jonathan told me I was boring. So how do real videos work? And I'm not even showing you this, but I want you to understand layers. So there's video layers, there's audio layers, there's text layers, and there could be other layer options. So you could do the most, which I don't think is great, because sometimes just doing something fun, people will stop and watch. But when you have all these graphics all over the place, it can be distracting. People are swiping. And then 9 out of 10 users watch video weekly, probably every single day. It should get sent to your home, Davika. You need this to go to your house. Go to your NAR.realtor account and have this come to your house. Seriously. Don't have this go to the office unless you do want to just go to the office. Go get your magazine. Have the magazine go to your house. All right, next one. Why do you need Reels and TikTok, or maybe TikTok? Or how about, why do you need Reels, maybe TikTok, Reels on Instagram, Reels on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and Pinterest videos? Why? You're going to dominate in your marketplace. Remember I said at the beginning, what if you did one thing every day consistently? One thing. You got one shot. Like, what if it's your goal is to get healthy and you're going to walk 3 miles 5 days a week? What would that look like in a month? What would that look like in 3 months? What would that look like in 6 months? What would that look like in a year? What if? So what if you created a reel every single day? Yeah, throw your question in the Q&A because I might miss it. So the more people you reach, you're going to reach more people with reels. Reels, the higher you have a higher chance of getting a new follower count, and then your engagement rate will grow because people engage. And what I found is if I put Mark in the reel, I get more engagement. I get more engagement. I'm like, dude, I need a video. Last night he was not himself. I was like, yeah, forget it. Now, while Reels may get more reach than other formats on the platform, Instagram's algorithm still prioritizes Reels that can check certain boxes. So Instagram right now is prioritizing Reels. So you can create slideshows or carousels on Instagram. You can create one photo, you can do a video, you can create Reels, you can do stories. Right now, Instagram is pushing Reels. So, you got to do this. So, right. Why do you need them? You need them. And the reason why I'm recommending TikTok, and I'm all for pick one platform. Fine, pick one. You don't have to do it all. You don't have to do the most. But where is your audience? If you're under the age of 33, you've always known the World Wide Web. If you are under the age of 25, you know where your network is. You guys are killing it on TikTok. I had more people follow me on Snapchat yesterday because I say I probably won't answer you if I don't know you, unless it's Snapchat. It's just because I hang out there every day. So when we talk about creating content, well, you guys wish you had this, don't you? If you're in the agent journey, you have this. I think I may have done this in the coaching calls. So create content, encourages engagement, teaches the consumer, shows us who you are. Let me just show you this. Encourages a potential client to take action on your call to action. So you need people to comment, like, share, or buy. Oh, let me do it like this. Let's do the present so you can see it for real. Here we go. There you go. There you go. Let me go back. So, all right. So this is the easiest way to start. Video is really the easiest. Even if you don't want to be seen on video, go get a filter. Who cares? Go get a filter. Go invest in the Socially Savvy Agent. It's $10. At the end of May, Elizabeth is building this for me now. We are going to have an ebook, so you can download this, and we're going to have the video. We're going to have these videos available to you if you're not in the agent journey and you just want the content. So I'm going to show you how to create a reel. The bonus might be I'll create another video on how to create TikTok and how to upload to YouTube Shorts and Pinterest. So there you go. I'm going to show you how to do all of this so you can invest in that. You can create slideshows. Go with the trend, but remember, when you go with the trend, I'm highly recommending that you don't put the consumer down. Some of us are doing a really good job of putting the consumer down. And I promise you, I hear the stories. People are like, I'm not hiring that person because let me give you the story. If you have a client that's not, or someone calls you and they're like, hey, Avery, I want to buy a house. I'm not approved. Can we go look this weekend? Of course we can't. No. You know what? Let me just tell you, in this market, and this would be a great video. I had a client that called me, and Avery might do this. In this market, let me tell you about inventory. If you go, it's like window shopping. It's like you're broke, you know it, and you're in Nordstrom, TJ Maxx, wherever, Best Buy, the Apple Store, and you have no money. In this market, you are wasting someone's time. And as a matter of fact, I don't want, and wait a minute, gas prices are high, right? They're way too high. You need to cut it. Or I'm coming in my head, I got a video, right? So my point is, if you're going to do a video like this, I had someone call me. They weren't pre-approved. I had to tell them it's like window shopping, and window shopping today, you're not going to win the offer. So if you want to shop this weekend, I need to start the process to get you fully underwritten because I want to make sure you win the deal. Like that to me is a better video than, girl, you called me and you're not pre-approved. Bye. You just put somebody down. Some of you need to go archive some stuff. You know who you are. I know who you are. I'll never tell. It's funny. Now, for example, I'm an instructor. I might be able to get away with more. And right now, and you know, sometimes agents are like, Carrie, oh, you got me. Or it's, why do you think the listing agent or the seller needs to call for highest and best? Right? Does the listing agent have to call for highest and best? Tell me in the chat right now. If you're watching on Facebook, tell me in the feed. If you have multiple offers, does the listing agent have to call for highest and best? Yes or no? Tell me now. As I try to get back into my iPad. No one wants to answer. I want to see yes or no, yes or no, yes or no. First of all, it's not your house. It's not your house. The seller gives direction. Now we coach our sellers. Could we put in the remarks per the seller's direction? We are calling for highest and best. How about we're calling for best? You do not have to call for highest and best. So all of you buyer's agents out there that keep thinking that the listing agent and the seller have to call for highest and best, they do not. It is your job as the buyer's agent to call and say, hey, do you have any other offers? Is your seller looking for highest and best? You know what? I might say, right now, the seller hasn't given me permission to disclose if we have multiple offers or not, but I can highly recommend that you write your best offer. They do not. They do not. They do not. It is your job to protect your client. It is my job to do the best for my client. So for those of you out here that think it's my job to call for highest and best, you are losing the deals. And these escalation clauses, man, okay, I digress. Here we go. So it's time to start. Videos are the easiest, even though you're like, Carrie, you just do it. I told you in 2008, I almost passed out doing that webinar on WebEx and nobody could see me. You can do this. It takes time, and you talk a little bit faster. And if you're someone that pauses like me, I say so a lot, or you say, go script yourself, say it a few times and then go do it. Slideshows are easier. Content with trends, go find the trends. I told you these 3-second videos are probably great. Awesome videos of your listings. Go see what other agents are doing with these vertical view listings. CapCut and InShot are awesome because you can literally, I don't have my iPad, my iPod, but look, watch this. Now I'm wondering, where did I put that thing? So if you have this, pretend like this is a giant phone, you can walk into a listing vertical view and you just walk in, go forward and backward, stop the video, then go into the kitchen and go forward and backward. Or you can just do this. Stop. And then go back, stop. Then you can put everything in InShot or CapCut, and then you can trim it to where you want it. And I would go with a flow, like the inside of the house into the living room. I'm talking about my house, into the dining room, into the kitchen, into the family room, into this random room, into my office. So you could have a flow of what this looks like. And it could just be a simple, or how about the grand staircase, my luxury agents? Like you can create these short videos and people will love those. Yes. Could you use a teleprompter? You could. I'm going to say eventually you need to feel natural. Eventually you need to feel natural. The new iPhone 13 allows you to zoom in and out without moving. And I have a gimbal. That's awesome. See, now I got to go buy some stuff. Okay. So that's my challenge for all of you. The Agent Journey did a 31-day Reels contest in March. I owe some people some meetings. It's coming. It'll probably be at the end of May. Let me challenge all of you in May. Do 30 days of Reels. I don't have a contest. Do 30 days of Reels. Tag Coffee with Carrie. Oh no, let's do tag Agent Journey and let us see what you're doing. Let it, is it working? Tell us it's working. Wow. Let me see. Wait a minute. Let's see. You should do a tutorial on YouTube. I think I'm going to see if I do it, if I give it away. Yeah, everything I gave to you now, you just got to go do it. But I'm going to show you in the, right now we don't have a title, but right now it's Reels for Real Estate. That'll be available at the end of May. So I want to say to all of you, did you take really good notes? Let me remind you of my the apps I think you should use. Number 1, right inside of Instagram. Number 2, right inside of TikTok. if we were to start with number one, you could record content right on your mobile device. And Vika, I think, just said the iPhone 13 is awesome. I need to go buy it. And then you can also use a professional camera. That's an option. My recommendations for the apps are CapCut, CapCut, or InShot. Those are the two. If you invest in Ripple or Story Swag, there's a monthly fee and you can create slideshows. So whatever you have to do to start, just start. You're not going to be perfect. Make sure you're like facing the window so you get great light. You could go outside. I recommend a tripod. I'm sitting here so you're stable. Start. May 1st, guess what? Is Monday. So I'm going to be doing reels every day at the legislative meetings to kind of give you the behind the scenes of what really happens at the NAR legislative meetings. If I can jump into Women's Council, I'll head over there. And if you can attend the conference, it's complimentary. It's in your dues. There you go. Let's do Q&A. Oh, almost lost those here. Let's see. The followers sometimes are creepy and send all kinds of junk on Instagram. How do you avoid that? I get it all the time. I just delete or I block. If it, it really depends on what my goal is. I don't always block people. I just delete. People are going to end up in your DMs all the time. I'm not concerned. I'm not concerned about it. Are you trying to be in my video? Are you going to create a reel today, Mark? Mark sat on the other side. I would say you can block these people. They're going to come back in a different form. I just delete. I do check my reels consistently for comments or even my posts because I'm always concerned. I don't want people to say promote it here. I just delete. But a really good tip for all of you, whether you're watching on Facebook or Instagram right now, is to collaborate with someone else. So for example, when I do a video with Mark, I add him as a collaborator so he can share the same reel on his account. So there you go. Let's see. Do I have any other questions? How do you come up with content every day? Let me just give you a tip. I'm not sure I'm going to be live. Maybe someone told me I should have Mark or my twin sister take over my Instagram account next Friday because I'll be in an NAR board meeting. Wouldn't that be interesting, right? Who knows what Mark would say? So let's see. First of all, if you're not sure what kind of content to create, and I think I did this will be in that class I'm going to be offering. Yeah, my dog is snoring. Do you hear that, Mark? Let's see, was this it? Invest in this. And then when you have an idea, let me show you, write it down, write down the idea. And then how can you break down that idea? So I have, let me see, was this it? Nope, that's not it. So I have, it's called content marketing. So this will be in my class, but let me just give you a tip. If you don't know how to create content, you need to learn how to think. So content planning. My tip for you is, I want you to come up with 3 ideas, and I'm going to give them to you. If you're a new agent, your journey. If you're a seasoned agent, your journey, where you are today, how you started. So your journey, that's one. The other one is, I want you could talk about teach me something. And it could be a fun teach me something. It could be how to buy a house, but how can you make it entertaining? And then it could also be investing. And a fourth one could be selling. So I'm going to just tell you, here are my ideas, and I'm going to show it to you so you can kind of see what it looks like. Because that's really a good question. So I have 3 content ideas. Of course, Canva wants me to rate them right now. Whoops. So it looks like this. So if you're on Facebook, wrong one. It looks like this if you're on Facebook. Looks like that. I have idea 1 is home ownership. Idea 2 is home design. Idea 3 is market data. There it is. Then what I did under those 3 ideas, so write that down. This will be a part of that course that I'm going to be offering. Home ownership, I wrote the steps of home ownership. What is earnest money? Saving for a down payment, what to expect during an inspection, what to expect during the home buying process. Yes, it really happened to my buyer. And then I want a brand new house. Like I just gave you a list. Then, and if listen, I'm not checking my inbox, ma'am, because that's not how you get me to talk to you. Anyway, then what I do is I say, you've come up with those 3 ideas and you brain dump those. But what if you took it a step further and you brain dump like this? This is why you got to invest in that course. If you are in the agent journey, I taught you this already. There it is. There it is. You already have this entire class. So I wrote down other ideas, hobbies, best restaurants, best staycations, the public transportation system, top ways to find out trends in decorating, vacationing in our big cities. How about smart homes? How about simple things like, oh, you have a car that has a button to open the garage? Show me how to change it. Show me how to use the Nest thermostat. Show me how to use the Ring doorbell. Talk to me, do something about, oh, you're buying a house? Let's talk about these cameras. Let's talk about what the seller sees while you're walking through the house. There's so much you can do. And then once you brain dump the ideas, you could take a deeper dive. And the other column is the deeper, of course, dive. And I changed it. But then I have your weekly content. I have all of this. So this is coming to you. Look at that by the end of May. So great questions. Homes by Shiva. Let's see, any other ones? Nope, that's it. So I did remember there was that question about I create content in Canva. And I'll come back to that. So I create content in Canva and I'm trying to add a link, but it doesn't work when I post it on Instagram. So I'm assuming that you created a post. So let me give all of you a tip. Let's say you're having a home buyer's workshop and you created a graphic on Canva. First of all, it should be more than one graphic. It should become a carousel. And the first one would be home buyer's workshop, the date. The next one could be who's going to be at the home buyer's workshop, the inspector, the attorney, me, the real estate agent, the loan officer. Like those are the people. And then I'm telling you to swipe. Then it's go to this link, bit.ly/ blah, 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 blah. It's not a clickable link. Then I say link in bio. And then maybe the last one is, don't forget to register. I take that, I share it to my story. And then the cool thing about stories is you can take your link and there's an option at the top. You can search for link and then it's a clickable link. So you cannot share links on your Instagram post. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. It works on Facebook. It works in YouTube. You cannot share links. And I don't even think it works on TikTok. So is this a part of the agent journey membership? Yes. Some of you guys just don't even know because you don't show up. This whole course is in, I think it was one of the coaching calls. I'd have to go look. So, and it's on Facebook in the group. It's in the actual group. It's in the group. And if you can't find it, shoot me an email. I'll tell you where it is. If you can't find it, I'll tag you in the feed on Facebook. So yeah, you can invest in the agent journey membership in my link tree. You could also just hold out. If you just want the Reels course, TikTok course, you can wait until the end of May because Elizabeth is building it. So the group is called the Agent Journey, but in order to get to the Facebook group, you have to be a member. And that is all in my link tree. And for those of you that are here and you want to join me at 10:30, I am teaching you how to find a deal in Remind at 10:30 a.m. Central today. If you're watching the replay, hop over to my YouTube channel where I show you how to learn. All right. So yeah, the Facebook group I'm talking about is my membership. It's called the Agent Journey, the journey to success. You can also join Marky Lemons and I on Real Estate Live or Smart Girl Media Live, because that's where I'm live today. So if you are watching me on Facebook, thank you so much for joining. Go to, I posted in the feed the class for today. If you are watching on Instagram, the class for today is in my link tree.